Hello and welcome to another video from In the Money Media. This is about the Belmont Stakes Festival, as the title tells you. PTF and JK back with you to highlight 5 of the stars we're looking forward to seeing. We're on the eve of heading up there. This is a one-of-a-kind, never happened before race meeting. I really am likening it to a Royal Ascot, but the U.S. version in upstate New York. 4 days of great racing, lots of stakes. JK, is your blood boiling yet? You getting excited?
Oh yeah, I'm very excited. Look, I think it's gonna be a ton of fun. See what happens with some the Belmont itself, but the undercard races are outstanding. We have a previous video that we did, 5 horses we are excited about watching. I think one of them is the only one that's not going. Arabian Night doesn't look like he's going to be pointing to the Met Mile, but still a fun video you might want to check out with our original 5 horses we're interested in, and now we've got 5 more.
We're going to get to this list in a second. Number 1, I'm especially excited about a horse that represents everything good about racing. We'll get to that. We'll do our top 5 countdown of stars we're going to see at the Belmont Stakes Festival. But I do want to put out a call for subscribers. We want to blow it out, folks. We've been growing in leaps and bounds, but we need you to get to that next level. At 10,000 subscribers, my daughter tells me, we get a special creator award from YouTube. I want that on the shelf behind me, along with the other hardware that we have. It's been a minute since we got some hardware. We need it. We need you to help. That means 10,000 subscribers. We want to try to get there by this Belmont Stakes Racing Festival. Go ahead and subscribe. Tell your friends. Have them subscribe. Help us out so we can keep bringing this great content to you on this channel. And also make sure to click that notification bell so you don't miss any of the other great Belmont Stakes content we have coming out. Star number 5. I'm going to be cheeky with this one, JK, and go with a human I'm really excited to see. I mentioned I have an 11-year-old daughter. She's particularly excited about this, but so am I. I've been seeing Idina Menzel on Broadway back since the Rent days, before she really broke through with Wicked and then later Frozen and her giant worldwide hit single. How cool is it going to be to see a legitimate star of the universe singing New York, New York on this Belmont undercard? I know Perrin did a cartwheel. I'm pretty excited too. I would try the cartwheel, but I don't want to hurt myself.
Don't worry, Perrin's not the only one who did a cartwheel. Jovanina also did a cartwheel, my wife, when she found out about this.
Very, very excited. But let's get to the equines, JK, and we'll start with one that you were a huge supporter of on Kentucky Derby Day. Ran a huge race there, only to be run down late by Seize the Gray. That form looks pretty good after Seize the Gray came back and won the Preakness. They'll be in different races. Vlahos looking to contest the Woody Stevens. Tell me why you're so excited to see Vlahos come back and run.
He ran outstanding on Derby Day in that Pat Day mile, going a mile, right? The fractions were so fast. He just got a little bit tired late and got ran down by Seize the Gray. Now he gets to go a little bit short of the 7 furlongs. And I think with that speed and the way that he ran in the Pat Day mile, this is a horse that I'm very, very excited about seeing from a fan standpoint, but also from a betting standpoint.
Number 3 on the list, this is sort of a double act, a couple of fillies we've been very excited to watch and talk about, who are going to be in a showdown in the Phipps. Officially, the choice here for number 3 star we're excited to see is Idiomatic, but I know the depth of this race is something that attracts you in particular.
Yeah, Idiomatic obviously was outstanding last year. She's been outstanding so far this year. It's always fun to be able to see these superstars, and what the Belmont Stakes Festival usually provides with all these grade ones is an opportunity to see some of our stars, and she definitely is one. But I got to say, I'm also excited to see Randomized, who had a great 3-year-old year, now gets to come back as a 4-year-old. We don't always get to see that. A lot of times, these really talented horses get whisked away to their next career. Randomized we're going to be allowed to see her grow up a little bit. She's going to have to get a little bit faster to beat Idiomatic, but I'm very excited about the possibilities that Randomized brings to the table and to see these 2 horses hook up in the Phipps.
So much grade 1 action, great grade 1 action going to be happening in the foothills of the Adirondacks. If you're not lucky enough to be up there, you can watch the coverage on America's Day at the Races. And speaking of which, we're going to have some America's Day at the Races content coming down the pike here on the In the Money channel. A bit of a collab, if you will. JK will be spearheading that effort next week. That'll be dropping in a few days. Again, the best way to keep track of all this content, subscribe to the channel. Help us get to 10,000 by Belmont weekend. And then also it has the added benefit of you're not going to miss any of this stuff. And if you like our act, you can also check out our podcast, In the Money Players Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts, or check out our website daily free, tips and analysis over at inthemoneypodcast.com. We're up to the top two, JK, and we'll go to the big race for this one, the Belmont Stakes. From a recent video we did, there's a lot of people out there who think this next horse could be the most exciting horse in training. He's drawn some comparisons that I won't even make because they almost seem blasphemous, honestly. But there's no doubt about the upside when it comes to mind frame. How good is he? How good can he be? And is he ready for his close-up in this year's Belmont Stakes?
Well, just like the argument we've had with fierceness, which might make some people turn the other direction, he's definitely the most fast. He's the fastest horse in the race. He's run the fastest numbers. Now, his last race came back a little bit slow, but that's because the pace was so slow of that race. The final number can only be so fast. Think about Usain Bolt walking away from the first 10 meters from the gate and then running the best 90 meters he's ever run in his career. He's never going to break any of his records or any world records because he went so slow early. Same can be said about a horse like Mindframe. He was brilliant, but he was only brilliant for part of the race because he went so slow early. I'm looking forward to seeing him run. He could be pretty special, and he's definitely a horse I'm excited about seeing for this Belmont Stakes Festival.
Just to piggyback on that, it wasn't just the fact that they went slow early. It was the fact that he wasn't particularly extended, I didn't think, in the lane. He put the race to bed in a matter of strides. And, it's dangerous to say this about horses. Oh, they could have run faster. But Mindframe's last effort is one where I can confidently say he could have run faster if really asked to run. Going to be very fun. You can get our final answers video as well. That's another one coming up this week. We're going to be doing that as a live stream Wednesday at 11 a.m. And we'll give you our final answers on all these races that are going to be part of the Pick Six on Belmont Stakes Day. We're up to number one. I teased it before, JK, as saying this horse represents everything right with horse racing. This is something you see in England. Star horses coming back year after year. We've seen it in the USA before, but boy, it takes a long time to go back to the likes of Four-Star Dave winning races at Saratoga every year. We're much more commonly used to seeing horses do their thing and move on these days, the nature of the breeding industry. This horse is an outlier. He's Casa Creed. Tell us why you're so excited to seeing him run.
Well, it's just such a cool story, right? I mean, not only is he a talented, good horse, but this will be his 7th consecutive year to run at Saratoga. 7 in a row he's run at Saratoga. And I think that's pretty awesome. It says a lot about his longevity. It says a lot about his soundness in order to be ready to run every summer for seven years in a row. And then this is also could potentially be his 5th win of those 7 years at Saratoga, which is just another outstanding situation. 5 wins spread out over 5 years is something that I know Lee Einseidler and the rest of the Casa Creed team should be very proud of. We should celebrate horses like this, and I can assure you that if he crosses the wire in front, I feel like there might be a tear that drops from one of these eyes.
I love it. Incredible training job when it comes to Casa Creed. Got to give all the credit in the world to one of the greats of all time in Belmont for the job he's done there as well. All right, that's it. That's our next top 5 stars. We're looking forward to seeing at the festival. Ton more content coming up. I keep saying comment instead of content. Maybe that's my brain saying we need you to comment. We want you to tell us who your stars are you're looking forward to see below this video. So go ahead and do that for us. A closing thought from you, JK, before we send this one home.
Should be a lot of fun. Be ready for 4 great days of racing. And don't forget that Thursday, there is a Pick 6 carryover from the debacle the last day at the Belmont at the Big A.
There you go. We'll have special coverage of that as well. Not exactly sure who's going to be doing that, but if you subscribe, that probably won't be a video. Wherever you get your podcast, subscribe. That's also very good advice if you like our act. For JK, I'm PTF. Stay tuned. We got a lot more content coming right down the pipe. I don't know why I keep saying that.